Yogis, and welcome to this Velvet Vinyasa flow. My name is Alex and I will be guiding you through for about the next 25 to 30 minutes. In terms of props, you will need a yoga mat, you might like a couple of blocks and perhaps a water and anything else that makes you feel comfortable and at ease within your space, ready to move your body. So in saying that, let's begin. We will find a comfortable child's pose position. So we're bringing big toes together, knees nice and wide, gently sending the hips back over the heels here, allowing the heart to melt towards the mat. Supporting the forehead by placing the third eye, the space right in the middle of the eyebrows, onto the mat here. And as you settle in, you may like to find a little bit of gentle movement, perhaps a sway initiated from the hips, sending a ripple up the spine as you roll across the forehead here, massaging that third eye center. Allow this sway to slow and eventually find some stillness within your child's pose. And here we will find 3 deep and fluid rounds of breath. In yoga, we say, as the breath, so the mind. So when we can find fluidity and flow and that velvety nature to our breath, then our mind naturally follows with more fluidity and ease. So breathing in here, right to the top of your rib cage, and then coasting on into the exhale, finding that smooth transition. And then at the end of the exhale, again, coast into that inhale, filling up the front, the side, the back of the rib cage, and then just gently, easefully coast on into that breath out. Looping back around into the inhale, and one final round here, breathing in. And then gently breathing out. Beautiful. Okay, from here, lifting up into a tabletop position, bringing the knees under the hips. And then as we inhale, we'll scoop the heart forward, bursting it through the shoulders as we lift tailbone to sky, finding a cow shape. And then exhale, press firmly into the mat through the finger pads as we round, tuck, chin to chest, scooch that tailbone under. Beautiful. Again, inhale, finding your cow. Exhale, cat. And then we're going to make this a little more undulating. So as you inhale and scoop forward, perhaps you'd like to drop the hips towards the mat, finding a little mini back bend. And then as you exhale, perhaps draw the hips back towards that kind of child's pose position again, rounding the spine. So we inhale, we ripple, we unravel forward, and then we find that shape to drop the hips at the bottom. When we exhale to draw those hips up and back as we round and send everything towards the heels. 2 more times here. Inhale. Finding that sense of fluidity and flow, that velvety nature to your movement here. Knowing that when we move and breathe in this way, we begin to radiate this energy. We begin to embody it. We begin to think this way, and everything flows more easily. Really nice, yogis. Coming back to your tabletop position, perhaps a little sway out from the tailbone. Really nice. And then we'll bring the right foot forward between the hands, placing the interlaced fingers on top of the thigh as we draw the belly away from the thigh and then lengthen through the crown of the head coming up. Beautiful. Then we can inhale as we draw the fingertips up, perhaps the gaze lifts. And then as we exhale, cactus the arms, just let them melt down the back and then cascade forward as we find this hinge and this reach. 2 more times, press into that front foot to elevate the body. Melt the arms down and then reaching forward. 1 more time, breathing in. Exhale, soften through the elbows and then hinging forward. Really nice. Coming up to a straight neutral spine here. And then as we draw that right hip back, we'll find a twist. Looking towards the back fingertips if that's there for you. Really reaching through the ring fingers. And then inhale back to center. And as we exhale, just swivel around on that left knee, reaching the left hand to the back of your space, coming into a little gate pose side stretch here. So we're flat on that right foot, toes are pointing to the side of the mat. Beautiful. Core is on here as we inhale, come through center. Exhale, reaching that left arm overhead. And one more time, over towards the right arm swoops. And then up and over. Really nice. Keep that arm circling, coming back towards that low lunge position. And then we'll take that foot back, tabletop. Find that beautiful oozy sway with the hips. Second side, inhale, left foot comes between the fingertips, interlace as we draw belly off thigh and then raise through the crown of the head. And then we reach up and out, finding that length, that spaciousness in the hips here rather than dumping and sinking in. Breathing in here and then once again cascading the arms down as we hinge and reach forward. All the while we have quite a firm pressing down of that front foot into the mat to find that integrity, that strength within that leg, supporting our stance here. Really nice. Inhale to lift, find that length. And then drawing that left hip back in space as we open up to the side, finding that twist. Awesome. Coming back through center and then swiveling on that back knee, reaching the right hand towards the floor, turning left toes forward and left arm swoops up and overhead. Press firmly into that left foot, core is on as we inhale and reach up and over. And then other side. Hand can also come to a block here, yogis, if that's more supportive for you. Inhale up and over. Exhale over. Really nice. Palming up. This time, continue that cartwheel of the arms forward and send that foot back, sway it out. Perfect. Okay, now we'll tuck those toes round through the spine and send the hips up and back, coming into your downward facing dog. When you arrive, you may like to pedal out through the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Welcoming once again that fluid, flowing nature to the breath here. Finding some stillness for a beat as we inhale. Loop on into the exhale. Beautiful. Next inhale arrives. We press through the balls of the feet, unravel through the spine, finding a strong plank pose here. You're welcome to drop the knees if it's more supportive for you. Otherwise, pressing into the finger pads. It's like rounding of the upper back. So we're thinking about drawing the shoulder blades away from each other here as we scoop lower belly and send the energy back and out through the heels. One more breath in. Breathe out, bend through the knees. Think about tucking tailbone to sky and then press through the hands to send the hips back. 2 more times like that. As the inhale arrives, we unravel into that plank. Exhale, bend the knees, scoop the tailbone. That is what leads us back. Final round. Inhale, unravel. Exhale, send. Awesome. Okay, let's inhale now and raise that right leg up and back behind us. You may like to bend at the knee and open through the hip here. Remembering that this twist is coming from the mid-back, so we want to keep pressing into that right hand as best we can, keeping the shoulders quite even towards the front of our mat. Nice, and then inhale, re-lengthening that leg long. As we breathe out, we'll draw that knee to chest, hover here for a moment, and then place the foot between the hands. Again, we're grounding into that front foot to lift ourselves up to crescent lunge. And then once again, melt those hands back, cactus the arms, and then hinging forward. Inhale to rise, elbows bend, head can drop back. Exhale, reach, long line, pressing into the ball of that back foot to find the stability, that anchor point that keeps you feeling stable as you flow. Inhale to lift. Once again, right hip draws back here to enable that twist over the right hip. I've got the wobbles. And then inhale, lifting back up. Warrior 2 as we breathe out. Take a moment to settle here, reaching through the ring fingers, becoming aware also of the back arm. Inhale, reversing your warrior. And then flowing into side angle, Parsvakonasana. Elbow can come to knee, hand to a block, or hand to a floor. One more time, finding that velvety, flowing nature here through this movement. And then lifting up and into your warrior two. Awesome. From warrior two, we're going to come into Skandasana to the back of the mat. So left foot turns out as we drop down into that left hip. Really nice. We're going to bend nice and deep through the front leg, plant that right foot, warrior two once again. And then Skandasana, turning that foot out. One more time, inhale, warrior two. Exhale, finding that Skandasana. Lovely. And then coming through into a goddess pose, staying nice and low, quite wide with the legs here. Then press firmly into the feet to lift up and into a five-pointed star, breathing in. Breathe out, rotating everything forward. Easy twist, right arm lift. And finds the floor here as we take our vinyasa, optional three-legged plank for an extra little bit of strength challenge. Cobra or upward facing dog, and then meeting in that downward facing dog when you are ready. Finding that fluidity and flow within the breath. Becoming aware of the heartbeat within the body, telling you that your body is working and you are here within it. You are alive, you are moving. You are here. With a sense of joy and appreciation for that, let's inhale, lifting that left leg high now. Bend through the knee, open through that hip. Once again, we're really grounding through the left fingertips in particular, allowing the twist to come from the mid-back. And then re-lengthen that leg long, pressing firmly into the hands to come out of the shoulders. And then drawing that knee into chest as we come into our plank. Placing the foot between the hands. Core is on as we lift, crescent lunge. Exhale, melt and hinge it forward. 2 more rounds. Third round, we breathe in. Find that length and then twist over that left hip, reaching through the fingers of that back hand. Nice. From here, we're coming all the way into our warrior two. Left arm is in front as we bend into that left knee. As the inhale, rise, reverse. Exhale, Parsvakonasana, side angle. 2 more times, finding that fluidity, that flow. Can you move almost here as if there is no beginning and no end? Just one infinite, continuous flow of breath and of movement. Lift up and into your warrior two, and then we're heading into Skandasana. So bending into the right knee as we open that foot up, dropping the hips down. And then front foot plants as we reach back through warrior two. 2 more times. Inhale, Skandasana. Warrior two. Skandasana. Warrior two. Really nice. From here, coming into that goddess pose, nice and low, perhaps a little sway in the hips. Inhale, five-pointed star, pressing through the outsides of the feet. And then cartwheel those arms down. Right hand finds the floor as we open that left wing up. Easy twist. From here, taking that flow, all feel free to head straight back to that Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. We will all meet there as you are ready in our home base. Reconnecting with the breath. Lovely, yogis. Okay, as the next inhale arrives, we're going to draw this right knee into chest, coming into plank pose. And then place that right knee down as we inhale, raise right arm and left leg. Core is on here. Think about knitting the ribs towards each other. Length through the crown of the head. Breathing in. Breathing out, round through that spine, knee to elbow. One more round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, in. Inhale, finding that length. Really nice. And then we're going to place that right hand down. Once again, swivel on that right knee slightly, opening up to a gate pose or a supported side plank. That left leg elevated now. Really nice. You might like to reach that top arm up and over, finding an additional side stretch. Okay, and then rotate back down. Place the left toes on the ground now as we lift the right knee into chest. And then coming onto the left hand, finding a side plank variation here, continuing to draw that right knee in and out. Stay here or place that foot behind you as you press the hips to sky and perhaps unfold a little further into your wild thing. Transitioning when you are ready back through your velvety feeling vinyasa, like you're moving through honey or thick, oozy molasses here. Finding your down dog when you're ready. Beautiful. Second side. As we inhale, we draw that left knee in, rounding through the upper back. And then place the left knee down as we inhale. Right leg lifts, left arm extends. Breathing in, breathe out. Knee to elbow round. And find length. Exhale round. And finding that length. Really nice. And then left hand to floor. Place the right foot down. And then we're coming into, sorry, that's a joke. Place the left knee down. And then we're coming into that supported side plank on the left side. Right leg is elevated. Perhaps we reach that right arm over top. And then rotate back around. This is it now. Place the right toes down. Weight into that right hand. Lift up and in to your supported side plank. Stay here or place the left toes behind you. Reach those hips to sky and goes on in to your wild thing. Beautiful. Transitioning back when you're ready. Taking a final oozy, velvety flow here. Sending the hips back into child's pose after your back bend here. Revisiting the pose we started at. Meeting ourselves anew. Knowing that we are slightly different to how we were when we began this class. Observing what's shifted. And remembering that while how we feel, how we think, how we look may change, our true essence, our true home is always a constant state within us. Through yoga, we can tap into this and connect with it. And when you are really unravel through that spine, we'll finish up here with a quick stretch. So finding a Janusasana, extending that left leg long, right knee is in. Place a block under that right knee if this feels a little niggly for you. And then from here, we'll twist over that right knee. So left hand comes outside, flexing through the left toes. And then maintaining that twist and that hold of the left hand on the right knee, we'll take the right arm up and over, coming into a side stretch here. Perhaps your hand can reach your foot. Perhaps you just want to kind of reach towards it. This twist helps to create that extra space between the hips and the rib cage. Nice, coming back up. Releasing that twist, perhaps a little rebound. And then switching sides, Janusasana, bring that left foot into the inner thigh. Flex through those right toes. Taking that twist over the left leg now. And then with that length, holding onto the outside of that leg. Taking your side bend. Lifting up when you are ready, unraveling. Little butterfly pose with the legs here, perhaps a rock and a sway side to side. Perhaps a oozy circle with the torso one way and then the other. And really starting to slow things down as you make your way to a comfortable seat, perhaps placing a block or a cushion underneath the sit bones. Perhaps closing the eyes here or taking a soft gaze. So we send a message to the body, to the mind, via the breath. We are safe. We are well. We are free to flow with fluidity and ease. Finding that velvety, liquid sensation to the breath as it oozes and flows. Infinity in the inhale and the exhale. No end, no beginning. Free to stay here for as long as serves you. When you move, do so with mindfulness and gratitude for your body and this practice. And take how you feel out into the world around you, sharing it with everyone you meet. Knowing that true change and true healing starts with yourself. Thank you as always for being here and for practicing with me, yogis. I appreciate it so much. Feel free to join me on Patreon if you're not there already. Patreon.com/Alex Ballagh, BALLAGH, where you'll find free yoga, meditations, some mindfulness and journaling, and a whole lot of other goodness. From my heart to yours, namaste.